So, welcome back, my crusty saints of circumstance, my noble nomads sweating beneath nylon roofs and silent stars. Hobo Yeti here, still ducking daylight, still broadcasting from behind a tarp with a damp rag and half a lemon, and still searching for that sweet, sweet middle ground between acceptable hygiene and total spiritual collapse. Today we talk about filth. Not the metaphorical kind, though believe me, I've bathed in that too. No, this is real, raw, unapologetic body grime, the kind that builds up layer by layer like geologic sediment until you could carbon date your elbow grease. And out here, we don't have bathtubs, we don't have lavender bubble soaks or hotel soaps wrapped in lies. We have 8 ounces of water, a rag, and the will to scrub like we're erasing our sins with friction. Let me just say it now. The hobobath is not a luxury. It's not even pleasant. It is an act of desperation, yes, but also dignity. It's where civilization meets survival in a plastic water bottle cut in half. You'll need the following. A small basin. Could be the bottom half of a soda bottle, or a food can that stopped pretending to be food-related. Around 8 ounces of water, maybe less if you've got steady hands and practice. A real washcloth, not a bandana, unless you enjoy massaging your filth instead of removing it. Something with texture, something that threatens to exfoliate more than skin. And finally, a dime-sized blob of shampoo. I prefer green apple. Not because I'm loyal to the scent, but because it tricks the nose into thinking I tried. But here's the key. Don't let it lather. That's for people with showers. Too much soap and you'll dry out like beef jerky in a heat wave. We're not rinsing here, we're scrubbing, wiping, wringing. That's it. If you start foaming, you're wasting product and inviting a whole afternoon of itchy regret. Start by soaking that cloth. Work the shampoo gently into the water until it goes cloudy but not bubbly. Then mash the cloth in it like you're trying to wrestle a confession out of it. If it smells a little off, and it will, dunk again, mash again, and don't take it personally. It's been living in your backpack next to your old socks and regret. Now begin the ritual. Start with your head. Your scalp is a greasy nest of overcooked thoughts. Take your fingertips, claw-like, and scrub deep. The damp cloth helps lift the oil and shampoo just enough to fake a rinse. Move to the ears, inside, outside, behind. They collect shame like lint. Then the face, forehead, nose, eyes, cheeks, jawline. Use small circular motions like you're buffing a relic, and don't skip the neck. That's where stress puddles. Next, arms. Scrub those shoulders and forearms like you're removing fingerprints. Get the wrists, the backs of the hands, each grimy finger. Re-dip and wring the cloth often. You're not painting a wall, you're decontaminating a crime scene. Move to the chest, underarms, stomach, and, don't forget, your sides, especially if you sleep on them. They press into the dirt and collect the worst bits of night. Then down to the legs, thighs, shins, calves. Work those kneecaps like you're polishing antique doorknobs. And finally the feet. The feet are traitors. They carry you faithfully all day and then betray you by smelling like moldy freedom. Scrub between those toes like they've been hoarding secrets. Get the soles, the heels, the arch. If your washcloth starts protesting, rinse and go again. And now, we get personal. You stay clothed until the last possible moment. I don't strip down for this, not even fully in the tent. Just kneel, pull shorts and underwear down enough to access what needs accessing, and keep the rest covered. Redip the cloth, wring gently, and clean your groin and buttocks thoroughly. No rush, no skimming. You don't want to surface clean here, you want results. Go front to back and keep redipping. Don't smear. You're not seasoning a cast iron pan, you're trying to be human again. When I'm not in my tent, I do this whole thing inside a family restroom. That's a restroom with a toilet, a sink, and, most importantly, a door that locks. Privacy is sacred. I don't bathe in regular public restrooms. I don't stand at a sink next to someone brushing their teeth, trying to scrub my armpits between paper towel pulls. No, family restrooms only. When I find one, it's like unlocking a secret level. I carry a Ziploc bag in my pack with my washcloth and a pair of dirty underwear or socks. I step in, lock the door, and pull out my gear like I'm setting up for a surgical procedure. I strip down to my waist, lean over the sink, and work quickly. I get my face, neck, chest, arms, and belly. Not my feet. Not unless I'm desperate. I'm not putting bare feet anywhere near a floor that looks like it moonlights as a crime scene. I rinse the cloth in the sink, re-dip, and keep going. If there's soap in a dispenser, I'll use a tiny dab, but again, no lather. Lather is betrayal. It dries and clings and itches like a mosquito bite made of shame. The dirty underwear and socks I brought, I wash them in the sink one at a time like sacred relics. I add a bit of shampoo, scrub gently, rinse until the water runs clear. Then I wring them out until they're almost dry and stick them in the outer mesh of my pack. Back at camp, they'll hang on a branch or a guy line to finish drying in the breeze of second chances. Now comes the holy finish, the ritual of deodorizing and citrus redemption. Once the clothes are dryish, I pull them down, lay them flat, and grab my secret weapons, baking soda and a fresh lemon. Not lemon juice from a bottle, that's basically tangy lies. Fresh lemon, cut and ready. I sprinkle the baking soda like I'm frosting a cake, generously, evenly, like I want to impress a very picky raccoon. Then I squeeze the lemon right into the crotch area. It'll fizz. Let it. That's the sound of shame dying. Give it a few minutes to sit. Then shake the item out, give it a sniff, and boom, wearable again. Not clean like a laundromat, no, but clean enough to sit near people and not feel like you're polluting their aura. The truth is, some days, the hobobath works wonders. Other days, it barely holds the line. There comes a point when you realize it's been too long. Your clothes smell like compost. Your skin itches from buildup. The cloth is rebelling. That's when you know it's time for a real shower. Somehow, somewhere, a church, a gym, a charity with a working faucet and no judgment. But most days, this is enough. This is everything. It's not about smelling good. It's about not smelling bad enough to be noticed. That's the secret code. That's the line you walk. Because it's not just about hygiene, it's about identity. Every scrub, every wring, every drop of shampoo is an act of rebellion, of defiance, of quiet hope. The world might have forgotten you, but you haven't forgotten yourself. People think we're lazy, they think we're okay with being dirty, but nobody wants to stink, nobody wants to feel greasy and invisible. It's just that soap and water take effort, and dignity takes privacy. The hobo bath is our way of saying I still care. So here's to the 8 ounces of water. The rag that's seen too much, the lemon that bites back, the green apple scent that somehow still clings to your shirt after 3 days in the rain. Here's to getting clean enough to keep going. I hope your road is a good one, and if you're homeless, I hope it doesn't suck for you. Peace.